Hello students, let's recall what we learned in the last EVS class. In the last EVS class, we learned about rock climbing and the things needed while climbing the mountain. The most important thing we came to know was about Bachendri Pal, how she climbed up on the mountain and put up the flag of India on the peak to honor our country. Now, from chapter 10, Walls Tell Stories, today I am going to tell you about a fort, bastions, and fountain. So, children, let's begin our class. Walls Tell Stories Part 1. In this lesson, there are some children. Didi, Shelja, Sridhar, and Kalyani. They reached Golconda. Now, in which state is it located? Yes, in Telangana, as you can see in the picture. They were glad that Didi was with them. Didi studies history, and these children, they enjoy visiting different places with her. Now they had reached Golconda Fort. Children, by looking at the picture, you must have come to know how it looks. Now, Sheja is telling, my goodness, this fort is so huge. Then Sridhar says, see at what a height it is built. Kalyani says, just look, have you ever seen such a huge gate? Sheja says, it must be very heavy. I wonder how many people would be needed to open and close this gate. Then again Kalyani says, look at these sharp iron spokes, and she wondered why they were made. Sheja says, look at these thick walls too. Sridhar says he has never seen such thick walls. Then Kalyani says, at some places a part of the wall comes out in a round shape. She wondered why. Didi explained, these are called bastions, burj. See, these are even higher than the wall. The outer wall of this fort has 87 bastions, thick walls, a huge gate, and so many bastions. So many ways to ensure security. Sheja wondered how old this fort would be. Kalyani said it was written outside that Qutub Shahi Sultan ruled here one after another from 1518 to 1687. Didi said much before that, in 1200, this fort was made of mud and different rulers lived in it. Sheja said, oh, look, this board has a map on the fort. Sridhar said, this map shows so many gardens, fields and factories. See, there are many palaces also inside the fort. Sheja said, that means not only the Sultan but many other people like farmers and workers must also have been living here. Kalyani said it must have been a complete town. After that, they discussed about the Sultan's palace. Sridhar said the steps seem to go on and on. Shelja said even in those days they used to have buildings with 2 floors. Kalyani said, now the building is in ruins. Ruins means when something gets destroyed. But one can imagine that Earlier there were many big halls and rooms here. Sridhar said, "Look at the beautiful carving on the walls. It is so fine." Kalyani said, "We saw something like a fountain on one of the roofs." Didi said, "Yes, there were many big tanks and fountains here. They used to be full of water." Wow, what an engineering! Think, even today, when engineers design houses, sometimes there is a dampness in the walls. And here in Golconda Fort, so long ago, there were fountains on the terrace. The building must have been made with such good understanding. Children, now let's see where is east, west. North, east, south, and west are the four directions. East and west are at right angle to north and south. East is in the clockwise direction of rotation from north. West is directly opposite east. Look carefully at the map of Golconda. On the map, arrow shows all the four directions. As you can see, marked with red color. They are north, east, south, west directions. Children, now you have some questions related to this map. First question is, if you are peeping inside from Bodli Darwaza, in which direction from you is Katora House? The answer is Katora House will be in the north direction. If someone is entering from Banjara Darwaza, in which direction from her is Katora House? So, the answer is Katora House will be in the south direction from Banjara Darwaza. In which direction will you walk from Balahisar to reach Moti Mahal? The answer is we will walk to the east direction, as you can see in the picture. How many gates can you see on the outer walls of the fort? The answer is actually there are total 9 gates, but except Naya Kila Darwaza, other 8 darwaza are on the outer wall of Golconda Fort. Count how many palaces are there in the fort. And the answer is there are 3 palaces. You can see it is marked with red color. Moti Mahal, Mahal Taramati and Shahi Mahal. What arrangements for water can you see inside the fort? For example, wells, tanks, step wells. And the answer is there are 5 Bauli means step well which is in red color and 3 house as you can see in the blue color. On the map, 1 centimeter distance is equal to a distance of 110 meters on the ground. Now, we have to find the distance between Balahisar and Fateh Darwaza in centimeter. So children, you take scale and measure the distance between Balahisar and Fateh Darwaza. It may be around 9 centimeter. On the ground, the distance between the two would be dash meters. So, what we have to do is, if 1 centimeter equal to 110 meters, so 9 centimeter equal to 990 meters. As you can see on the map, Balahisar and Fateh Darwaza is marked with red color. Now, the last question is, how far is Makai Darwaza from Fateh Darwaza? So, we have to take a scale and measure the distance between Makai Darwaza and Fateh Darwaza. It may be around 10 centimeters and the distance between the two would be 1100 meters. And here I end Walls Tell Stories Part 1.